What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Like always, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow. I appreciate you guys for watching and for tuning in. I thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. On my road to 1,000 subscribers, so I can unlock all my super chats, uh, different rewards for you guys for being a part of being a part of the channel. So just looking forward to that as part of one of my goals. Also, uh, come join the community. Come support the channel. Go to my Patreon page. Become a member at SymCast podcast /patreon.com. A lot of tiers for you guys to choose from. Been working on some custom figures, custom Funkos, and things like that. I have some stuff behind me right here. If you can see it, my other videos I did, I highlighted, the different things that I did already, like the custom Dragon Ball I have right here, Batman. Uh, then I also have my own custom Funko as well. You guys can check that out. You know, been working on stuff like this, for you guys, some awards, just from being a part of the community and being a part of my channel. Yep. So I already have a site up already. So go to my Patreon page. Soon I will be putting my link up for my online shop. Working on digital comics now. I have some already available. Just posted some samples for you guys to check out. So I will have the link in the bio, or I will post the link in another video. So just stay locked in for that. And also, make sure you follow me on my socials too. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X now. Gotta get used to saying that. Like I say, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, at SymCast Podcast or SymCast Podcast and Media. Go ahead, follow me there. I post a lot of videos there as well. A lot of behind the scenes pictures and photos, different info over there. So follow me as well. Also, hit the notification bell too. So when I do post videos on my YouTube channel, or if I go live, like I'm doing now, you guys won't miss out. You can be a part of the conversation. Always like to hear you guys' thoughts. Like to know you guys' comments on things. So I appreciate you guys. That's been a part of that. So I thank you. So for today's video, I will be doing my chef talking reviews. I will be watching My Adventures with Superman, watching the latest episode that just came out, episode 6, titled My Adventures with Mad Science. We saw the trailer already. If you saw my video, I already posted it, the trailer there. So you pretty much know what's going to happen, what's going to happen in this video or in the show. If you guys already have watched it already, well, this won't be a spoiler video for you guys. I haven't watched it myself. I'm going to watch it now. I know sometimes I think it be released to Adult Swim first, and then it goes to Max. I caught it on Max now, so that's what I'm watching it on. So if you guys haven't watched it yourself, it's streaming now on Max. So yeah. So go ahead and make sure you catch up. And also, if you haven't been caught up with the season, go ahead and watch all the first 5 episodes, including this one, the 6th one, so you can get caught up with that as well. So, but yeah, so I will be watching the video or watching the show, discussing it, talking about it, giving you guys a chance if you like to, talk about it or you have your thoughts on it. I very appreciate the comments down below. So do that. Let me see. Also, And also too, since I'm doing this video now, pretty much doing the live video for this, uh, it's going to be separate from my regular video where I review the actual episode. So be on the lookout for that as well. So after this episode, we're gonna discuss it and talk about it. But then I'm also gonna pretty much review it, break it down like I normally do, and and make a video about that. So stay locked in for that as well, and be on the lookout for that too. So so yeah. So like I said, uh, about to watch the episode. If you guys new to the channel, welcome. Hit that like button, subscribe. Um, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. I see the episode starts out with how I left off at the last episode with Jimmy. With Jimmy already headed to the campsite where they were supposed to be, doing their annual trip or as friends amongst themselves. But since they've been like kind of dodging his calls from the last episode, we see Lois. She's trying to call him and and let him know that they still going and we'll meet you there. Okay, like we saw in the trailer, he's been Jimmy has been taken. Find out who this mad scientist is. And like I said, I think I'm gonna do the review on this episode. We're gonna watch it. I'm gonna do some commentary about it and we discuss it. But I'm gonna do a full review after this, uh, going more in depth with the episode. And there's spoilers ahead for you guys too that if you're not caught up. Um, since they continue from the last episode, Lois already knows his secret. Uh, by him revealing himself without, well, he had no choice but to reveal himself because she pretty much fell off the roof and he had to catch her as Clark. So now I see that he's displaying some of his super speed now, you know, not hiding it. I see they found the place where Jimmy's been held. Like it got some kind of force field around it where somehow affected Clark going through. Here's that moment in the trailer we see where he's been abducted. More than likely, since it's by a gorilla that inside bride. I don't say Mala. I'm not sure who those characters are, or if that's even the one that's in charge. French Gorilla, though. When I do my review, I'll make sure that I find out more about these characters. Like I said, then could go more in depth as well. Like they in Cadmus Labs. If you guys familiar with the comics or even Smallville, Cadmus Labs is almost kind of affiliated with Lex, I think, or where they did a lot of experiments and government taking people that had powers and locking them up and kind of like using them and everything like that. So it could be tied to this, and maybe Lex may be the mad scientist or something. And Lois and Clark still trying to, they dealing with everything that's been going on with her learning Clark's secret. She don't know what's been the lie, what's been him protecting her as Superman. Did he really, have those feelings for her? How he been showing her, but she just pretty much distraught at ends trying to figure out, who he is. The guy that was sitting next to her or she grew up with as Clark has turned out to be this super being. That she still, and then the journalist in her, she got to figure out who this person is. So like it's she can't help it. But I don't think she should be upset about it. I understand that he may have lied to her about it, but on the strength that she know who he is, Superman, he had a reason to do it. More of a protection versus just lying just because. Yeah, so I take it the gorilla is the scientist. I see whoever the scientist is, he's explaining his origins. That's the thing too, though, for you guys. Um, if you've been following the show and you are a fan of the show, just like I am, uh, you know, how are you enjoying this show? Are you liking these episodes so far in this season? You looking forward to the second season? I know I am. I know a lot of people don't like this show, or like I've said in previous videos, a lot of mixed reviews. They feel like it's targeted for a younger audience, and they don't like the animation style. But like I always say, it's always great to have a fresh take, fresh eyes on something. Long as the core characters are there, the story is still there, and it's interesting. I don't mind it, and I've been enjoying the story. I like how everything's been going. You know, I would like to know what will be the end, the end point or the end plot of what they're going to wrap up on going to the second season. So you just gotta stay on this journey and keep watching. You know. And then I'm a fan of Superman myself, so with Superman and Lois out, we don't have until like another 2 years for the Superman Legacy new movie coming out. So this is our Superman fix right here. This show. So I'm glad that they have this now. And then I know you guys haven't watched it though, but they just released a new Justice League movie. I believe Justice League War World or something like that. So I already watched it. I liked it. It was kind of set. Well, the time, the whole premise of everything, like it was jumbled in different times, different uh, uh, versions. No, well, it was our versions of the characters, but just like in a different time, a different place, and stuff like that. So it was cool to see that. So I may do a review on that. So just be on the lookout for that as well. Oh, and then look in the episode, like I was saying before, with that force field around, it looked like it affected Clark somehow. So it kind of drained Superman's powers a little bit, where he's not as quick as he was being chased by these robots. It's like every time they run it, they triggering off some traps where weapons are activated. Right? Now Lois get a eye full to get to see Superman in action, pretty much. You know, and that's the thing. Like I was saying online and like on Twitter, where I believe they're gonna reconcile. From the last episode, they having trouble. She kind of was hard on Clark about him hiding the fact of who he really is and that he was actually Superman. So they kind of had a little falling out. So I figured that by this little trip or by them finding where Jimmy is, um, that they'd be good after this. So I think so. Like they created some kind of technology. I wonder what it is. Saying like to go through different wormholes and go to different dimensions and everything. It almost sounds like the Zeta technology. You guys watch Young Justice or any of the animated movies and things, they talked about it. That's how they get beamed or transported somewhere else. They in space or anywhere where they was traveling. That's what they used. And I can't remember who created the technology. But we found Jimmy. Yeah. Like they, you know, the three friends, the three amigos, they all have their fair share of problems with each other. So, like I said, with this trip, even though the trip was supposed to be for the three of them bonding and having a good time, it turned out to be Jimmy missing and Lois and Clark kind of into it. So, but so Jimmy already knew. Now that's a spoiler for me. So Jimmy already knew that he was Superman, and he thought he was going to reveal it. Right. So he actually knows. And that kind of goes with too, like on Supergirl, where in the Arrowverse, Jimmy Olsen, he actually was friends with Clark slash Superman, where he had the SOS um, watch or tracker, where if he pressed a button, Superman always there. He already knew his secret, along with Lois knowing. So that's cool. So now all three of them know, or now Jimmy and Lois knows who Superman is. So now it makes sense too, where if you pay attention to the opener, where they show it looks like Jimmy and Clark and Lois are standing there right where the ship was at on the farm. So maybe one of these episodes where we'll see it and connect the dots. Yeah, so far this scientist, like I said, just whoever this gorilla is, um, maybe an ally and not just a mad scientist. And I guess hence the title where it said mad science instead of mad scientist, kind of try to throw us off a little bit. If you're just now joining me, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell so when I do post videos or even go live, you guys can be a part of the community or be a part of the conversation. Like to always know, always like to hear your thoughts, like to know your comments on things. Uh, so I appreciate the guys that do, or everybody that does. So make sure you comment down below. Looks like the episode is almost wrapping up. We at the fight scene now. Really hit that black hole. Is he gonna send everybody? Let's see if Clark be able to save them. Look like they took care of that. with Jimmy E. See, he befriended that gorilla. Like I said, I'm gonna find out more about it. So when I do my review, I'll make sure I let you guys know. Like he's in the crosshairs, Task Force X. I wonder who that threat is that they talking about. Maybe that threat may be, like I said, maybe tied to Brainiac or somebody from Krypton. Because if he getting flashbacks of things that he don't remember, it could have been happened either on Krypton or somehow in the future or something. Looks like it looks like the gorilla left and stepped through the portal somehow to go somewhere. Here come the general in Task Force X. All right, now in in there that cliffhanger. Now I said he's the person that he was the general was talking to in the end said like a kidnapped billionaire. And the only person I could think of is Lex. So maybe this is a Lex Luthor or just some other billionaire that they got that knows something about this tech. But like I said, I'm gonna look more into who these characters are. So when I do my review, I make sure I give you guys the latest info and you know let you guys know who they are. So thank you guys for joining me too as well. I appreciate you. I thank you guys for already subscribed to my channel. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. Uh, so yeah, thoughts. What do you guys thought about this episode? I see that this episode kind of, like I said, with Jimmy being missing, and then with all of the friction between the three of them, the trip, the initial trip was supposed to be, a camping trip, a bonding trip for these guys to, you know, basically be friends and chill. But now, since with all this friction, and then with Jimmy missing, and then with them knowing who Superman is, with Clark finding out Clark's secret, I see it. This whole episode was like geared towards them kind of mending the fence, basically. So it's cool in the end that like they said, they don't matter who he is or what he is. Yeah, they said it don't matter what he is; it's who he is as a person, pretty much. So that's cool to know that. Because that's the thing by Superman or Clark being from somewhere else, from being from Krypton. Growing up displaying these powers and being different, he always felt like an outcast, an outsider. he had to suppress his powers and suppress who he is, and kind of not let people in when he, uh, growing up as friends and being in a relationship. So it kind of hurt him. We saw that a lot on Smallville, where, like I said, that was the death of Lana's and Clark's relationship, because she always felt that he was lying and not opening up about things, and a lot of things he could have, but he chose not to pretty much protect her. But in the end, she really didn't care about it. Just like everybody who else who found out about what his secret was. So that's cool that they all know. So different story. Like I said, sometimes in different media, different comics, they tell a different story, but the same almost. Sometimes they reveal the secret of who the people are early or late. Smallville, Jimmy found out before he died. He already figured out that he might have been the Blur, that Clark might have been the Blur, but he ended up finding out his secret too as well. So yeah, so that's how it usually goes. So, but yeah, like I said, I will be doing my review on this episode, pretty much breaking down the whole episode, filling in the blanks. So if you guys watch the episode, if you're not, make sure you do, so you won't be spoiled by the review. So, but stay on the lookout for that. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Next time, peace.